game. T1 coming out swinging, and Weiwei, I think, ready to pick up that punch. See exactly how it is going to go. Worlds 2023, game number 1. Let's do it.
And already, I've got to point out, it's triple TP for Weiwei. Crisp is going to be taking the TP on that Tahm Kench, so feeling that they can't necessarily get pressured heavily enough to actually get killed. If he feels he's going to get chunked out, hey, you TP back early. You know, you keep up that farm as much as you possibly can, but it's going to give you the advantage in playing that map because they will have that extra teleport come mid and late game.
He is currently pathing towards bot. We'll see how T1 can cover for Zeus because he is already shoving in. And if you can get an early kill on the Yone, it can really send him behind.
Well, and Oner's going to use this to invade, right? He's going to win this duel against Weiwei, so he's just going to try to get right in his face, push him out. He knows he has that pushing top lane, and we'll see how this fight does go.
Yeah, nice little sidestep there to avoid the Sonic Wave. Weiwei just making sure that he can keep that health bar high. Has actually popped the potion there as well. Gets the sapling in the brushes. Oner's just looking to try and wreak havoc.
But look at Zeus. Zeus is already moving down. That's why he starts the camp now, because Zeus got the push in. He's going to come down, so Weiwei's going to have to back off. He could look for the 50-50, but he risks putting himself in danger. So it should be Oner grabbing the wolf, and they can continue this pressure on. You can look towards mid now, as Xiaohu's in trouble.
Yeah, Oner immediately moves over. There's the flash. A Q's going to land from Oner, but he decides to not go in under the inner turret, and Xiaohu looks to try and fire back.
This is just great stuff early on here from T1. Oner, 3 camps top, moves into the enemy jungle to cover Zeus on the push, then uses Zeus' pressure to move down, steal the wolves, rotates over towards mid where Faker has that, now into a bot side scuttle. This is really clean. Go towards Zeus. He already has the push. This is one of these hyper-scaling top laners that he already has the early push. You can harass those towers, harass the Aatrox with the Soul Unbound, and you get him that big gold lead. This guy can make miracles happen in a 5v5. Zeus has been simply incredible throughout the World Championship.
Certainly has. And now Faker is going to dash in, finds the charm under the Tahm Kench. Faker has to get out of there, though. Can't be a snare for the hostile takeover. Gets so much work done. The Devour's in, but the kill's there for Oner. Xiaohu now going down low as Faker dashes forward once again. But it looks like they'll have to settle for 1 and a Herald.
And Weiwei, they see that T1 is at the Herald. They rotate over, and I think they try to recuperate. But that's sunken cost fallacy because they just walk up. T1 finds the angle, and Weiwei give up the Herald and a kill. Just push mid, but it looks like Weiwei isn't even going to give him the opportunity. As Oner!
Oh, there's the kick flash. Xiaohu's going to be pushed into Faker. The flash forward, but the charm is going to miss.
What?
The Pierce doesn't land, and Xiaohu just walks it up. No worries there at all as Crisp is under the turret. They throw down Herald, but Zeus has found 2 with the ultimate light. Goes down so low, but isn't going to survive. Weiwei trying to get himself out of there, and TheShy is given up on. Weiwei running the wrong direction, but they at least get the dragon.
Weiwei get the dragon, but T1 get the kill. Xiaohu lucky to get out of that one, but Weiwei, he's going home in the body bag.
That is the final kill there from Oner. And that is the first fight that T1 have won, but they've lost that dragon stacking that you were talking about earlier, Chronicler. 2.3 thousand gold. Is that enough of a lead for this early game composition?
And there is a reason why Oner's lead has been fared. And the funniest part to me is this play doesn't even matter because Xiaohu actually is able to walk it off. Another miraculous survival. Faker doesn't get the chase because of Crisp, but then it's Zeus who got put down in lane that makes the hero play.
Exactly, comes in on the other side. There's no Devour because Crisp was over saving his mid laner, trying to defend there, so Light is left vulnerable, and Light is punished big time. T1 getting that major gold injection in, and you can see a lot of these towers that they've been pressing. If you look on live, Faker taking down that top tier 1. A lot of these both actually wave clear out. It allows you to harass your opponent, but Guma
could be in a bit of trouble here as Crisp looks for it. The immediate cleanse does get out of the way. Nature's Grasp isn't going to connect, but there is the twisted advance. Hostile takeover across everyone though, but TheShy is just gigantic. Guma trying to hop away. The Fates call the knockups, and meanwhile Weiwei is going down. Faker collects it before falling down. Crisp has to go though because he's so incredibly low, and Zeus is tearing them to shreds. Weiwei lying on the floor now as T1 look to tidy up Crisp. And they won that team fight even better than the last.
Guma refuses to go down. Keira saves him, coming in with the hostile takeover at T1. They're on the Baron.
And it's Renata that does it again. Keira standing at the ready, keeps Guma alive throughout all of it. And T1, the goal before this was even Weiwei picked up the dragon, but after this fight, Multiple kills going over the T1. Baron secure.
He's still going to look for that reset angle, and now with the Baron buff in tow, T1 feel like they don't need a reset to try and break open the base of Weiwei here in Game 1 of the finals. Nature's Grasp flying forward. Oner still has that GA. Remember, Chris going down so incredibly low. Zeus just executes TheShy up to the side, and there is another one. This guy's Yone is just absurd. And the inhibitor's going to go down. Weiwei is burning there as well, as now Xiaohu tries to be the hero, but it does not work out. And I think T1 are just going to end Game 1 here.
And the early game, T1 not able to get a bunch of crucial kills, but they don't let it phase them. They are able to find the one skirmish they're looking for, take the Baron, and from that point on, Weibo doesn't get to fight back.
Certainly the most stressful and the most fun chronically, you're exactly right. And here we are into game number 2. Weibo gathering up towards this bottom side. And T1 not going to be walking too close to where all 5 members were positioned. So nothing to worry about too much.
Not having a jungler that can enable you. As I say, that Oner is in top.
Yeah, Zeus dashing forward. The needlework is out. Snip, snip. Going to connect, but doesn't do too much. And in goes Oner. The flash out was incredible from TheShy. Oner gets taken down to, oh my goodness, about 1 health. But will be able to walk away. But I don't think he's going to be excited about ganking TheShy anytime soon. Although Zeus is just going to go. That is just not fair.
That is TheShy encapsulated the massive outplay into the overstay. He has the 1v2. He likes his odds in the 1v1, and that is such a costly death because he has no TP, gives up first blood with 2 stacked waves at his tower. That is catastrophic for Weibo's chances.
Unfair.
That is it. So initially he outplays it, gets the Q while dashing back, denies the fair. And then he goes back in. Not only is it Zeus getting a kill, which in this snowbally matchup is extremely rough, but it also means that Oner's first ult was a success.
TheShy getting way down in this game now as Weibo have their bot lane up top. Zeus will not be an easy dive here. He is healthy and he's got the ultimate back. They're going to look for it though.
Yeah, we'll see what he can get done here. The flash twisted advance comes in, and now Zeus just trying to do what he can to stay alive. It's working! And he's going to be able to dash back towards the minions. Now Faker turns up. He's got his own Nature's Grasp, but Xiaohu is going to join this one, and Zeus is running the wrong direction. We'll see how much time he's going to be able to buy here, because maybe this is an execute as he heads toward the turret, and there it is.
Oh my god, everything is going T1's way.
Would be some much needed gold for Weibo. Now they're going to try and contest the Drake with very little vision.
Well, Zeus on a flank angle here as well. Crisp going to be spotted, but he does put that ward down. That is going to get there. The Drake going down very, very low, and now the paranoia comes in. Faker looks for the Spirit Rush, and he does find it. The hostile takeover is massive as they get rid of Light immediately. Weiwei taken down for the double kill for Oner. Xiaohu now trying to get some damage in the back end. It does take down the Nocturne, but it's Chris fighting on the bottom side of the map, and Gumayusi is going to cash in once again, and T1 wipe the fight.
And it's T1 winning everywhere. The fight breaks down into multiple skirmishes, and they outplay, they outfight, they get all the kills. It is 7-1. They're going to take the dragon, the only thing that was working for Weibo in this game.
And it's, again, I think that sense of desperation. They don't have a great vision set up. They don't know from which angles T1 are going to be coming. And Oner has his ultimate available. And there are a couple of key ultimates that aren't there, right? You don't have the Maokai ult, rather the Senna ult. And that's such a big defensive cooldown.
And again, look how they orchestrate this. Faker comes in from the top. Oner turns off the light. The hostile takeover comes across everything all at once. And it's so difficult for Weibo to be able to effectively communicate how to play out this team fight. So everyone scatters. They're all flashing, every man for themselves. And when you go into that kind of fight against T1 with this composition, you are sure to always lose.
And I tell you what, I'm really enjoying the advantage and secure that for themselves.
And this is the problem. Once you fall behind against a 1-for-1 comp with a Nocturne, like, what do? If you try to collapse, Nocturne presses R, you don't know how many people are coming, you don't know how many people are responding, and T1, they're looking for more.
Yep, Xiaohu already taking a bit of poke damage. Light will turn up. As 4 members are here, teleport not available for TheShy, but they dive in, the turret goes down, the needlework just rips the Senna to shreds, and Zeus just by himself destroying everyone. Hostile takeover comes in, Light has the cleanse, but you can't cleanse death. It's a triple kill for Zeus, and they'll get to work on the inhibitor. It might just be the game right here.
Zeus playing like his namesake, a god! This guy is going crazy in the finals!
Just extraordinary as Zeus helps clear up this second Nexus turret, and T1 at match point already.
And by the end of that game, the kill score is 1-14.
When he was walking back from the coach's booth with the team. And here we are to find out on to the Rift for game number 3. Match point for T1 as they are up 2-0 in this series. See whether they're going to be ending the world final in this one, or whether Weibo Gaming can bring us to at least a game 4.
Out of that brush, drop aggro, be able to hide and use that. So really emphasizing that play towards the top side. And we'll see where Weiwei does want to go, because he is just power farming on his bot side for now. So we'll be clearing up towards top, but no sort of a move towards an invade.
Yep, going to be able to finish off his red buff. We'll then get things sorted as Faker here on his 5th unique champion of the tournament, as we have a look at all of the lanes so far. Weibo actually with great position as far as tempo and control is concerned.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about. This should be heavily in favor of Weibo. We do see Faker is able to put in a little bit of pressure. I think that's partially because they're not 100% certain where Oner is. I don't think he was tracked early on, but both for TheShy and for Crisp and Light, they're able to find the early leads. Now the question is, can they maybe set up, say, a double scuttle or get an early back? TheShy also did go for Call, so is looking to try and play as aggressively as possible while naturally being able to get ahead just by the virtue of cashing out.
Yep, Light getting some Bel'veth wards in there as well, just to give Weiwei the opportunity to get towards the enemy jungle. Right now, he is just finishing off his top side. Is going to be able to get that one through, and then it is Rift Scuttlers that we're looking at as T1 moving a little bit further forward is Keira, but not going to be punished too hard, just loses 50% of his health bar. And we are just going to see Weiwei on this ward for T1. So vision given over, some information there T1 do gather in this early stage.
And it could mean Oner goes top, because now you know that the jungler can't be there to answer, so there is a potential angle to look for him. And he did just use his lightning rush, so I think he's in trouble.
Yeah, there's the flash Q3 from Zeus. TheShy is in trouble. The lightning rush is on cooldown. He gets slowed down by the cripple, and the Q's going to land. Oner secures it, and that is first blood for T1.
It's perfect timing from T1, and it's all because of the Raptors ward. It was a clear top to bot from Weiwei, but he wrapped down to try to go towards that bot side scuttle. As soon as they saw him on that ward, they knew they could go for it on top side. Zeus, no hesitation, starts it off with the flash in. But without that E from Kennen, there's just no way you're going to get out of that long lane. Going towards Light and Crisp, and potentially that is because Guma and Keira are so hard to attack in a lot of these situations.
Cool, Q going to connect there. Nice little knock-up as Keira tries to find it. There's the quickness onto 2. The kick gets the knock-up onto Xiaohu. The Empress Divide only gets Oner, but that will get him out. But Weiwei's not going to be so lucky. TheShy got in here, and now he might be in trouble. He breaks the chains, but is he still going to be able to get out? Gumayusi decides he wants to fight Light towards the bottom side. That was the right call. Zeus grabs the double kill, and Weibo lose out on the fight.
And while the laning setup is there this time around for Weibo, their early game looking a lot better. The skirmishes, they're still not able to make work, although teleport coming in.
Yeah, teleport from this top side of the river. Xiaohu coming in, looking for the opportunity, doesn't have the ultimate. They secure the Drake as T1. Grand Entrance not going to find the target there. Onto Crisp as the Tempered Fate comes in. Faker trying to play Bouncer to keep his team alive. And the ultimate doesn't really work out here from Crisp. Still, they don't lose too much, even though Xiaohu is on the other side of the map. And they're buying time for the fact that there is just a guy on the top side of the map taking plates.
Yeah, they can't get anything. It's a great ulti from Chris, but no one is there to follow it up. And as you say, Chronicler, again, it's T1 out skirmishing Weibo, who were in that power position coming into this fight, it felt like, but T1 just preempt the play. They press the go button, they find that engage, and they push Weibo out of there. And it's Keira and Oner grouping up and starting this off.
And initially you see Weibo wanting to try and look for something here, but Keira with his charm buys so much time, and then the moment that Faker hits that E on Weiwei, his fate is sealed, flashes over the wall just to die to Zeus, actually giving him the reset. And then this is the point where already as Weibo, you have this incredibly strong like level 6 comp with TheShy, with your ultimate, and they just don't get to use it.
Yeah, and that's just T1 really understanding their position in this game.
Wanting to get some control back in. Looks like T1 Happy to start off this Drake, although it's not behaving itself all that much. Keira, with all of his buttons up and available, the engage potential is going to be there. Control ward just eviscerated here. As T1 trying to do the same thing. Teleport now to come forward. As Zeus on that flank angle. TheShy now here. And Gumayusi pretty safe now on that back line.
Look at Keira, though. It's so hard for Weiwei to walk up because Keira is on that sideline. They know he's there.
Yeah, he flashes in. He finds himself. The charm onto four is there. It is the ultimate from TheShy, but it just doesn't quite do enough. They try and get out, but Faker has the perfect execution and locks down his fellow ninja. Xiaohu now taking a whole lot of damage, and Faker is in the shroud. He's toying with him. It's a double kill. What? Oner! And back in again. It's a triple for Faker. Zeus is going to be able to help lock down the next one. Faker eventually goes down, but it's 4 for him and Keira.
And that is T1 turning the situation around. Their health bars are low. Not all of Weibo's cooldowns actually hit the mark, but it doesn't matter. They're still looking pretty good. If only they could take down Faker. But they don't. The reinforcements come in, and T1 set up Soul Point.
They just can't. Like fishes with the Q, won't get it. It's T1, 1 game from the World Championship. It's T1, 1 dragon from Soul. And Keira gets spotted. He says, great, I'm going to engage. Both your Soul Leaders are stacked up. Keira goes right in, knocks them both up. The Bard ulti comes through there. I think it was meant to protect TheShy and Xiaohu, but it kind of backfired as it immuned the ulti coming through from TheShy.
And from Xiaohu. That was 2 ultimates that just didn't find their mark. The anti-synergy really rough for Weibo here with their backs against the wall. They just don't find the angle, and that is Soul Point set up. A triple kill for Faker on Akali, a champion that, well, of course, we knew he could play, but we hadn't seen this year just yet.
This year, you can make that argument. He has been tearing it up. He's been great in lane, has really been impressive in team fights, and it just feels like a rejuvenated Faker.
And he goes again, as now Oner looking for that opportunity as well. Backflip connects also as the perfect execution comes forward. Has he overstepped? The answer is no, because he had the stopwatch anyway, and now the cavalry comes in. Crisp, the next to go down. Weiwei, he's under a turret. Zeus flashes on top. The lethal Aatrox gonna get it done, and T1, they feel like it's Baron time.
It's the king at home. Respect the name. Faker, the greatest of all time. Styling on him in Soul.
And Light desperately trying to get something going here. Not going to be the case.
He's not going to be allowed to because Faker wants to keep his whole house alive as well, but it's not going to work out. He goes into the shroud. I don't know whether this is necessarily the fight that you want to take, but Xiaohu's going to turn up. Faker is going to get out. The Baron secured here for T1 on all 5 members as we tick just past 21 minutes.
And as we take another look here, you see how ready T1 is, right? Everyone already on their way. And this Kennen, not in the greatest of spots, uses his ultimate only on Faker, stays alive with the stopwatch, and then that ultimate from Chris doesn't hit the mark.
And how clean is that from Oner? I think it was a drive-by smite kill as he had queued Weiwei, going past the Kennen, smites him down out of the air. Everyone from T1.
One's gonna get Soul, they're gonna get the next Baron, and they're gonna win the series. And Keira
gonna get knocked up here as Oner comes on over. He's here to protect his support. The quickness ties them all up, and Xiaohu going to be the next target. He finds 2 with the Emperor's Divide, but Crisp just evaporates. Weiwei going to suffer the same fate as Zeus is on the warpath. Light able to sidestep, finds the Chains of Corruption, but there's not enough damage. Xiaohu decent flash to try and get himself out, but he's not out of the woods yet as Faker tidies up that kill, and they are just so far ahead. Oner secures Light with a Sonic Wave, and TheShy finds himself alone heading back towards his base. That's the double kill. That's the clean ace for T1.
and T1. Weibo try, they know they have to contest this dragon. They have to contest the soul, but they're not even given the opportunity. They thought they got Keira, but Keira says, come get me.
And it looks to me like they're going to take this inhibitor and move back. It may not be the end of the series, but it might be the last moment that Weibo felt hope in it. As Crisp clearing out some control vision. Oner wants to grab himself a soul to finish this game off on.
And T1 are just on fire. All 5 players in this final game here, potentially playing out of their minds. They are 5 brains, 1 player. It's like everything is perfect.
No, 1 versus 3. He's absorbing so much. The Emperor's Divide. It comes in, but he's still alive. What is going on? Faker tidies up the first. Everyone's just exploding. There's Weiwei trying to get something done, but it does not matter. T1 are too strong.
4 times T1 has lost in a game 5. 4 times they've been knocked out, and 4 times they have got back up for this moment.
It was 7 years since their last, a decade since their first. The SKT legacy has been reignited. T1 will be your 2023 World Champions.